All right, party people, if you got a light kettlebell and you're ready to build some rotational strength and power, just working outside of sagittal into that transverse plane where we're gonna do some twisty fun stuff, then give these exercises a go. Twisty fun stuff is the actual technical term for this. All right, the first movement is gonna be an around the body to catch. So now you can do it as simply as just starting with your feet planted and just letting the bell come around, and then as it comes around one side, you're going to bring the bell up, catch, switch sides, bring the bell up and catch. So nice and simple, right? For this, what I want to do is I want to get a full pivot. I want to get full rotation in here. So I'm going to let that bell come around, and then as it comes around, I'm going to do almost like an uppercut as I pivot off that back foot, come back to center, switch, uppercut, pivot to the back foot, back and forth. So I can make this real dynamic where I don't even catch the bell. I just stop the momentum, throw it right back in the other direction, and repeat. So what I really like about this one is that I have to create a ton of tension through my core to stay nice and stable. I'm getting the hand-to-hand transitions back and forth, so you're getting some hand-eye coordination. And because you're getting that pivot, you're really focusing on what makes rotation truly powerful is using your entire body driving through the ground. That's number one. Next move is going to be a two-hand rotational swing. So I'm going to start with the bell just right in front of me. I'm going to be in a slight hinge, so I'll give you a side angle so you can see my shoulders are slightly forward, my hips are slightly back, so that I'm going to be able to clear my knees. From right here, all I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that bell to one side, and then I'm going to pivot on one foot, and I can pivot on both feet as I go faster, but I'm going to pivot, come right back, pivot, come right back. So that front foot, I'm going to open up slightly. That back foot, I'm going to go full pivot. So from here, nice and simple. Now if I want to add in some more speed, some more distance, now as I drive across my body, I'm focusing on extending that hip, and as I get to that top position, I'm going to have a slight bend in the elbow because I want to have full control of the bell. So as I come up here, I don't want to be fully extended and letting that bell swing. I want to have it a little bit closer to the body. So from here, I can maintain that distance. So as the bell comes down, if I have to push it away, awesome. Otherwise, I really like this one for building rotational strength, glute strength, and again, just hit my core from multiple angles. All right, we're gonna go with a one-arm rotational swing. So what I don't want you to think about is overly trying to rotate, overly trying to twist. It's gonna be a very subtle movement. So I'll show you square on. If you can do a one-arm swing where normally you want to stay in that really square position, hips just come straight back, what I want you to do is I want you to open up. So bell's in my right hand, I'm going to open up my left hip. So what this is going to create is this slight bit of rotation through my torso as I get into that hinge position. So I want to make sure I'm pulling my shoulders back, I'm not rounding as I'm doing this. So from this bottom position here, I'm sinking down into that hip. So as I come up, I'm getting to that straight position as if I was doing a one-arm swing, but the main focus here is I'm slightly pivoting the hips, slightly rotating my torso. So if I want to exaggerate this from this square bilateral position, so my feet just planted equidistant from each other, I can open up, and this will allow me to really sink down into that fully planted foot and really get some decent rotation there. So again, it's very subtle. You're not going to go big sweeping across the midline like we're doing with the other movements, but I really like that one to engage the glutes a little bit more, and again, just get a little bit more core engagement as I rotate. So if you enjoy kettlebells as much as I do and you want to incorporate them into a program, check out the link down below where I have the Kettlebell Elements system, and that is a 15-week program that goes through very basic stuff, but then I like to incorporate things like this. I like to incorporate some variety to just give you a nice level of depth into your training. I absolutely love and am a huge proponent of the basics, deadlifts, squats, rows, etc. However, stuff like this kind of fills in the gaps, stuff that you can't really add into categories like push, pull, squat, etc. So this is the kind of stuff where you're going to get some hand-eye coordination, some body awareness, rotational power, some grip strength, stuff like that, again, that I find to be so pivotal in my strength and endurance and just overall athleticism. And again, just a fun way to add another level to my training. So if you're like that and you like that kind of stuff, I'll link some more workouts down here so you can check it out. Lastly, I will say when it comes to kettlebells and just this style of training, I hate calling it unconventional or functional or anything like that because they're just Anyway, it's really fun. It's enjoyable because you're challenging yourself through different planes and positions that you typically wouldn't train. So again, this is the reason why I like to do it. And if you're like me, then you might enjoy some of these other things too. So I'll see you in the next one.